Hey everyone, welcome back to the XSP Green Monster channel. My name is Riley, and today we're going to be doing another unboxing of some new tools that I recently picked up. Like I said, I'm always looking to expand my toolbox, and these are some that I just recently got off of Amazon, which I'll kind of go through once we get into the unboxing. And I'll be doing a short-ish review on them. I'll try and keep this video a little bit shorter, but yeah, I'll put you guys up on the tripod. We'll get right into it here pretty soon. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Please leave a like if you enjoy the videos. And please leave a comment if you have anything that you'd like to see or any criticism you have. I'd love to hear it. I'm trying to make this channel as good as I possibly can for everyone who's watching it. So, just let me know if you have any criticisms and let's get into it. Alright, so here we go. This is the box I got from Amazon today. It is from Tecton, as you can see. And this is a box wrench set. Open-ended box wrench set. Doesn't have the ratcheting feature. I was looking at a ratcheting feature, but then I remembered that Chris Fix did a video on some good beginner tools to get, and I actually haven't gotten myself some open-ended box wrenches yet, so I need some. So I went on to his video. I'll put a link down in the description to that video. If I can link it on screen, I will. But these are the ones that he recommended. They are Tecton's. It's their 30-piece set in Imperial and Metric. I'll get right into it. I haven't opened them yet, so I'm not really sure what to expect. But there's one of the kits. Here is the other. Alright, so here's the first one. This is the Metric set, and they come in these nice plastic holders, which in my case is going to be very good. I got these, part of the reason I did like this set was because it came with this plastic holder, and since I like to move my tools around a lot, this is going to make it easy for me to keep all of them in one place and to also move it with me easily when I want to work on the truck. So these go from 8 to 22 millimeter, and they don't skip any size, which is another reason why I like this. So it goes all the way from the 22 millimeter down to the small 8 millimeter, and it doesn't skip any size in between that. It's got the 12-point boxed in section, and it's got the 2-point open-ended box section. And this is actually kind of it's not really a hard plastic because it's very flexible. It's almost like a soft polymer that this is made out of. As you can see, it's pretty easy to bend these. So hopefully I don't have any problems with them breaking. It looks like the bigger wrenches actually are held in there pretty good. The smaller wrenches aren't held in quite as well. Let's try the middle one. Yeah, they're held in there pretty well. I wouldn't be too worried about them moving anywhere. I mean, obviously, if I can hold it, they're not gonna fall out of here at all. They're all still in place. Those dropped out a little bit, but they didn't fall all the way out. So that's nice. And then we've got the black set. Ooh, what is that? Came with a little Tecton card that's saying it's always guaranteed. So here is the Imperial set, and this goes from the 1-inch wrench all the way down to, wow, that one's a tighter fit, that's for sure, down to a 1/4-inch wrench. So that's the two. Again, this is a very similar thing. It's got this nice handle which can move pretty well. So you're picking up like that, it'll straighten out as you pick it up, which is nice. It does have mounts on the back, so you can mount these on a wall to use them. And let's see, is there anything else? This is the exact same 12 points here, 2-point open end there. Like I said, I was thinking about getting a ratcheting one because I do really like the ratcheting sets, but since this is my first set, I figured I didn't have to go super expensive, and I would rather have every size for the price than have the ratcheting and miss a couple sizes, like miss 15/16 or miss, let's see, common one I see it skipped is like a 16 mil and an 18 mil are skipped commonly. So I prefer to have the full sets instead of have the ratcheting end, although one day I would like to get a ratcheting end one. See. Something that is interesting that I'm seeing here is that with the Imperials, you can kind of see how it has a nice, they get gradiently longer as you go, except for these ones down here on both ends, whereas these ones, it's kind of like these two are the same size, these two are the same size, these two are the same size, these two aren't the same size, but right when you get to the bigger inches, these ones are the same size, and these ones are the same size, and these ones are the same size. Which I think it's interesting that that's on the metrics, but not on these. They have a nice, I'm not sure if it's coated or plated, or if it's just a polished steel on these. They're nicely, it is a engraving, it's not just marked on there. So all the letters are actually etched into the surface, which I like, so you're not going to lose track and they're not going to wear off over time. All the points are very nice on the 12 point. They're not sharp, which is good. It's got Tecton engraved in it too. I'm super excited to get these. Like I said, it's a tool I've been needing for quite a while now, and I'm glad I finally have full sets for both sizes. This would have been pretty helpful to have during my brake install video, as I just had to borrow some. So definitely some tools that I needed. Let's see, is there anything else I want to hit on here? Price point for the 30 pack was about $100 on Amazon, and I can leave a link to these exact ones as well in the description below, so you can find them easily. They do come with a 22 set, which I believe just stops at 18. It might go 8 to 18, or it skips some sizes. I can't remember if it just stops at 18 over here and it stops at 3/4, or if it goes up to the big sizes but just skips a couple of them. I do like that it comes with the bigger sizes. That is a nice thing to have these big wrenches. I know there's a couple bolts on my car that are probably up in the 20s. Just for seats and stuff like that. I like that they're different colors too, with the metric being in red and the Imperial being in black. That's always just nice, so you can differentiate between the two. We've got, everything's pretty nicely made. I mean, all of these are obviously, they seem like decently good holders. They have a good amount of flex in them, so I don't think, they're not so brittle that they're gonna snap. But they might bend out of place a little bit is the one thing I might be worried about with these. They got here really fast, obviously, since they're from Amazon. Free shipping, as Amazon always does, so you don't have to really worry about that. I would definitely say that I'm pretty happy with the recommendation for these from Chris Fix. They definitely seem to be very nice quality wrenches. Even the little ones have good length to them, so you can still get leverage on those small bolts. A lot of them I see this small or sometimes very small wrenches like that big. So it's nice that small ones have some length to them, so you can actually get good leverage. And it seems like it goes a little bit smaller to a little bit bigger in the Imperial, but that's just kind of the way the Imperial system works. It fits a little bit less sizes. There's a little bit less variety in the sizes unless you go down to 30 seconds, which very few people make bolts in 30-second sizes. They should be pretty easy to clean if they get dirty, since they do have this nice coating or polish on them. Can't really tell if it's plated or polished, but yeah, I would highly recommend these actually, based on what I could see so far. I mean, I would do kind of like a use them and see how they are review, but given that they're just wrenches, I mean, unless one breaks on me, which I'll let you guys know if it does, there's not really much to review. Everyone knows how you use wrenches if you work on your car a little bit. And yeah, I think if you guys are looking for a good set of wrenches just to start with that doesn't skip any sizes and that is decent for the price, I mean obviously you're paying for a lot of metal. Here is probably the large price of this is just paying for the metal and the forging or the machining, whichever they chose to do here. I'm assuming they machine these jaws out because those are a little bit too smooth for forging processes. But, oh, it looks like it is played. Some of these have a couple marks on them. Looks like it might be plated. So it might be played, so we'll see if the playing wears off. I'll let you guys know sometime down the road how these go, how they hold up to time, how they hold up to getting oil on them. But like I say, Chris Fix recommend these as a good starter set. I am going to be with him on this. It's a really good set to get started if you want the open-end box wrenches. It goes all the way from the smallest you'll probably ever need to much bigger than most of the biggest ones you'll need in terms of bolts for box wrenches. Usually once it gets up to this big, you can just use an impact on it or a socket on it. But it is nice to have them in here in case you need to hold a nut on the other side. So I'm definitely with him on this. If you don't know his channel, definitely check it out. He does some amazing car work. I highly recommend it. He's extremely good at the filming part of it. He does a good job of showing every single detail of an install that you could ever need. So I highly recommend if you're looking for anything else, check out his channel as well if you're not already subscribed to it. I'm sure most people who are into working on their cars are already subscribed to him. But yeah, I mean, they look like well-built sets. Everything's nicely coated or polished, although I do think it's coating because there's a couple of bubbles in some of it on the teeth, which doesn't really matter. Even if the coating gets stripped off, it's still just steel underneath, and steel lasts forever, at least in terms of a lifetime of a person. It'll last forever. But yeah, everything came very nicely wrapped. As you saw, it came wrapped up. It's 15 pieces per set, so yeah, I think it's a pretty good price for money. A lot of the other ones I was looking at were still pretty expensive, but they weren't quite at the price range this was, at least for what you're getting. A lot of the ratcheting systems were this expensive, but I do like this for the price. They came in these nice carriers. They seem pretty durable. I mean, you're looking at probably a 1/4 inch of rubber, it looks like, on all the pieces, or polymer, whatever this is. Maybe injection molded. But it is very nice. I wonder if that... Yeah. They do twist a bit much. Like when you twist them like that, it kind of pops out the wrenches a bit, as you can see. Which I guess could be a downside. If it's in a really busy environment, like if you're doing this for professional mechanics work, obviously I wouldn't say, I'm not a professional mechanic, so I can't tell you what would be good and what wouldn't, but I'm assuming that this would not be the best set. They're just kind of, you know, they can fall out. You get oil on this stuff, who knows what happens when you get oil on this polymer, if it's oil soluble or not, and this is probably too much of a mess to have in a professional mechanic shop. But for someone like me who's just doing work on their car all the time, and I need some wrenches to go out and do that stuff, this is going to be perfect. It's got every size I'll ever need, and it's well coated, well finished. It's perfect for the application I have for it. So, given that, I will get to the outro, and you guys can let me know if you like this set, if there's other sets that you like or that you have that you've tried, if you have anything against Tekton. If I know they're not the most expensive company, but for wrenches, it's really, like I said, it's a piece of steel. You can't really mess up a piece of steel. It's a simple design. So I think that going with cheap companies for wrenches probably isn't the worst idea, besides maybe manufacturer defects. You know, maybe someone's tried to cheat a wrench and skimp out on this part and make this really weak, but I haven't really seen any that are. They all seem pretty standard at this point. But yeah, let me know if there's any other tools that you guys like, any other tools that you guys have in your toolboxes that I don't. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this quick little video and kind of review unboxing of the Tekton wrenches. Like I said, I'll be getting into more car stuff and more car audio stuff once I get the truck back. It is still at the Chevy dealership. I'm still waiting for them to kind of figure out the brakes. They are saying there's air stuck somewhere and they're just having trouble getting it out. So pretty soon I should be getting that back, hopefully this week, hopefully next week, and I can really start getting into some of the more exciting videos like the installs of some of my car audio stuff and the installs of the grill, of the oil cooler, and all that. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment if you have any suggestions or concerns or any criticisms for me, any things that you want to see on the channel. Leave it down below, and I'll have descriptions to this and to Chris Fix's video on his recommendation for beginner tools. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.